He's been prioritizing a lot of this Xin Zhao. It's kind of been, you know, rising back up in popularity years. It will be the Karma, actually, not the Yuumi. But you have two Enchanter supports here. One, of course, is going to be getting a lot of gold. The other is going to just empower a lane. And it will be Keria playing the Karma. You'd have to expect the Seraphine laning into the Azir.
Oh my goodness. Is that's the Star Guardian skin?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
So let's see how this game's going to go. Do you want to recap us on how these comps work?
Well, yeah, so let's recap if you tuned in a little bit late. So we did see the counter pick. Oh, we don't have time to recap yet.
It looks like no. So it actually isn't. It's not. It's not even Star. No, it's just base skin. It just looks like a Star Guardian skin because it's Seraphine.
Same logo. It's like the same logo as the Star Guardian one that she's riding on.
Yeah, no, never mind. I got baited. I got baited because it looks like a Star Guardian.
I use like her one where she's like a super pop star or whatever.
Wave before it crashes to his turret.
And there was no punish on Faker there for the roam as OnFleek's up your top side.
Yeah, Zeus is going to be a little bit immune, so he will be fine.
He's aight. But yeah, there was no punish really on Faker's roam there from Karas, who just kind of went AFK in the lane and pushed through and isn't really even going to deny that much CS, as this ward is getting Zeus so much value.
Oh, he comes back. That is a beautiful flash forward to guarantee the Counter-Strike stun, and first blood goes to OnFleek for Harmful Life Esports.
Down on the bottom side, Owner is paying a visit.
Yeah, he is going to look for this one. Flashes for the Tempest. Vista is going to fall down. Johnny survives for the moment, but T1 putting on so much pressure here in the bottom lane.
And Zeus is not really losing anything minus that gold. Now, if he stays long and gets killed again...
Oh dear, Zeus does have Ignite in this lane as well, so doesn't even have Ghost as an option. Does go immune, however, and that will allow him to avoid the Wind Becomes Lightning.
Now he's just not going to be able to have any of that mid-game power that Lucian wants so desperately.
Well, Owner's going to take a fair bit of damage here as OnFleek dashes forward, gets a great knock-up, just a few more autos and he'll be dead, and the assist will go over to Karas. OnFleek, there's another fight here towards the top side. Dudu's going to get ignited though as Zeus pulls out the needlework, and the trade of health is absolutely ridiculous in favor of the Gwen. She will knock him away, but no flashes or anything like that expended because Dudu's was still on cooldown.
Faker's over here as well, and
Dudu's like, oh dear, I definitely do not want to deal with this one as Faker comes on over. Let's see whether the high note's going to be enough damage. Counter-Strike will get the stun as he looks to try and turn it here onto Faker. Karas is moving over, the beat drop comes in, decent encore, but Karas has closed the gap, and the Emperor's Divide is going to stop Faker from being able to get out. The flash is going to come through, but the autos, Karas is just out of range and does not want to expend the flash.
We're in a position where Gumayusi is going to have a stronger mid game, actually.
Well, here's the fight as Gumayusi taking so much damage over the wall, but the culling is not going to extend far enough. So Gumayusi has to use the heal. It's always a scary prospect, especially one that does have flash available. Counter-Strike will be up as well. And Owner's still going to come in and go for it. The Empower onto Zeus there as they look for some plates first. Let's see how this dive is going to go. And T1 decide that it might just be a little bit difficult. Dudu's holding on to everything as there's the kickback. They want to kill him. He leap strikes to get out, but the needlework and Ignite is going to be enough. And I just kind of disagree with how Dudu went about that, but it was still a difficult one to navigate.
To Owner.
Ooh, Kerry's going to flash the bubble. Nicely avoided there, but putting that flash on cooldown going to be very, very important as Tidal Wave comes forward. They're not going to waste any time as Johnny dashes on in. They do manage to get the kill on the Karma, but can they keep themselves alive? The answer is yes, as OnFleek's there, bodyguarding in the area. Beautifully done, and the Lucian Nami picking up some kills is definitely massive value, so that this Lucian Nami can have the effect that we know it can provide for a whole bunch of these teams. Tidal Wave's going to come through, but Shirley's still going to be able to get the crash. True Shot Barrage still connects there as OnFleek looks for the backline, finds Wind Becomes Lightning onto Owner. The T1 are able to back away, and Karas' teleport is for naught, and they still lose the turret.
OnFleek also, like, if Karas comes in here with the Nami ult, if they timed it better, they could have actually looked for a complete turnaround. Now they're at least going to force this mid turret down, so they turned something that was rough into.
Oh, there's the flash encore as Johnny is going to get charmed, but they're still able to get a lot of damage onto Owner. He survives with all of the heals, all of the shields.
Teleport from Karas, and they could have maybe set up for a Tidal Wave into Emperor's Divide, but now they've grouped up to grab mid turret. Going to grab this Drake.
Well, Zeus is just huge. He gets put in a bubble, though, which is not what he wants, as now Karas finds the Emperor's Divide. They just destroy the Gwen, and now Hanwha are trying to make their way out. On Fleek just barely surviving here.
I really like your point about this because the burst damage that Lucian brings in on 2-3 items against the Seraphine especially can be something that actually ruins T1 in team fights and setups. Zeus caught again.
Carrot's going to find him with another Emperor's Divide. Gwen does go immune against a few of the members of Hanwha Life, but On Fleek is so powerful and will just rip down this kill. Chani as well, able to take down Owner in the backline as Dudu is dancing forward as well. Gumyushi, can he be the hero? He takes one kill, and now T1 are feeling like maybe it's time to come back. The beat drop's not going to land, and the Encore is going to do the same thing, but Vista is now out of position. Dudu diving forward, not quite enough damage there onto Vista as Dudu is able to block some shots there. And Hanwha do just decide to back away even 4 versus 3.
Well, this is a really clean game from Hanwha. Like, compared to what we normally see, that was a really nice attempt to re-engage from Dudu there into the rest of T1, but they split in 3 directions. Let's see if this hits.
Oh, this could be some money. Karis, yeah, he'll be fine.
Chani is now accelerated to a 2-item state with Rapid Fire Cannon. He can try to pick Faker or force him to use Ultimate, force him to flash. There are some playmaking options here for Hanwha Life.
Well, Vista could be in trouble, and he's just dead. Not in trouble, he was already
done.
dead.
He's out.
As that happened, as T1 just decide that they want to take him down, capitalizing on the fact that the Azir is on the top side. This inner turret will go down as Owner doesn't quite find the kick flash onto Chani there.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Chani has to be so careful, and he is.
Chani, what was that? Bit of the thumbs up BM, I love it.
Well, it doesn't even have to flash or anything like that. He knows exactly where he needs to be to avoid flash kick range. And
even Drake's as well. Like,
yeah.
This is definitely anyone's game right now.
It certainly is, and Hanwha Life Esports have just played it so well, and it's been the confidence we've seen from them on these turns. As Vista just gets blown up here, unfortunately. This was not his greatest moment, but Chani having the ability to threaten is the line he has to draw.
Well, let's see if it's going to work, because Kerry is going to immediately go down as we come out of the replay. Chani very low, and the needlework is going to pick him off. It's a 2-for-1 trade in the end, but they do manage to at least get the Lucian. Zeus moves to 2-4-1 in this game.
Now, T1 scale extremely well, right? They have a Gwen who could side lane. They have Seraphine and Karma, so, you know, it becomes very difficult to play against this comp later on because of the shields, the healing, the mobility. But they got to be careful about trading down like this repeatedly against the comp of Hanwha Life, as Chani is just way too far forward here. This time he has not shown the same respect that he did against Owner earlier, and just barely is taken out when he turns back around here at max range needlework. Bit of a small mistake there. If he lives, this is just a 2-for-0.
Yeah. As he gets on in, Hanwha moving back towards that bottom side as this Drake is alive. Soul point available for both teams, but neither of them seeming interested whatsoever about this, as it's very dark moving into the river for Hanwha Life.
T1's turn is so insanely good.
Yeah. And in the 4, they are so strong as Gumyushi taking a lot of damage. Chani taking matters into his own hands. The tidal wave a little bit out of sync as the Baron has still been leashed. And you can see Owner still there with, oh, in goes On Fleek, but he's unable to find the steal. It's actually the Ezreal, which threw me through a loop, picking up that Baron. And Hanwha Life able to back away now. The Drake still alive as well, so Hanwha were unable to get anything in that moment, as Owner is going to bait out the Emperor's Divide beautifully there. And Dudu's trying to battle here on the front line, gets out towards this ward with a leap strike, but now Vista is possibly free food, and I think T1 may have just found this game. Owner didn't even need to use a kick, he just decided to get behind Chani there and wipe him out. That kick was already on cooldown, of course, and T1 now move towards this bottom lane. He's just being a nuisance here for Hanwha to deal with, as now they just have to play reactionary this entire time, and T1 really have just taken out all the stops.
They really have. I think the itemization here is...
Harris is very strong, but he does have to use his stopwatch. Broke that one. True Shot Barrage is going to be set up perfectly, and that is a free pick onto the Azir. Not the greatest of games here for Karis in the later stages.
Baker flashed that one in.
Yeah.
Oh, just got to make sure those hit. That is a lot of their defensive siege gone.
Yep, and their base was already in shambles, Wolf. As Gumyushi, he's arcane shifting forward. Owner does have the flash and kick available, and he is very dangerous. Zeus is just sieging Nexus turrets by himself because he's so strong. He can absolutely do that. Went for the Shadow Flame, in fact.
Yeah, didn't even go for the extra, you know, AP stacks or scaling.
Well, in goes Owner, gets the kick back as Chani just caught out of position once again, and T1 will say goodnight to this game. In the mid-game, it was like Hanwha Life Esports had a little bit of a chance, but then T1 found their Baron angle that they do so often and they will close it out. Really nicely done how they wanted to go about winning this game, and while they didn't work, I think that it is still a good sign here for this team. And I actually think that Chani is looking good here for this squad. Because as you can
like
see,
a big improvement.
Like, the gold up until 26 minutes, that was anyone's game. And then, honestly, if OnFleek had have actually found the smite on that Baron,
I think. But they will. It's going to be Pantheon coming through. Now, this again could be going a multitude of places. I don't think.
yeah, this could be fake as Pantheon, or it could be carry as Pantheon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Carriers.
Yeah, me too.
Because
All right, that is a very cool Pantheon skin the Carrier has right now. As you can see, looking absolutely glorious. A bit of vertical jungling, but you can see OnFleek moving around. There's the flash forward from Vista. Wants to find the Bone Skewer, and he picks it up. There's the heroic charge, and Owner will go down. The red buff is now an afterthought as Carrier moving on over. Faker in here first as Karras is right behind him. OnFleek is extraordinarily low, and they'll be able to pick up that kill. Faker now just trying to keep the rest of his team alive, and he has level 2, so the surround sounds there, and Vista will fall. T1, a fantastic adaptation.
oh, it was a great turn from them, and unfortunately for Hunter Life Esports, they were just not very decisive in how they wanted to play. The follow-up for this is OnFleek smites the red buff and then lets it go, obviously, as they try to look for more. They get greedy, get some extra health because they want to push this, but Faker just gets up.
In the meantime, Dudu gets a solo kill on Zeus. All right. Okay.
Okay.
That's the thing that could happen.
That's the thing that usually does not happen.
Absolutely not. Gumayusi's going to throw down the heal. Vista looking for the stun, doesn't get it there onto Carrier. As you can see, Owner's moving his way forward. 3 versus 3 as T1 are trying to keep them interested. Owner is going to get heroically charged, but isn't actually punished and stunned into the wall. As we do just have all of the teams backing away. Gravitum doing some work here for Chani. And it is just going to be a continuation. As Owner is just going to do a bit of a drive-by here. And so I think there might have been one of the rune swap issues, but I think it's largely based on the fact that the information wasn't given early enough, and so we couldn't actually remake the game.
Yeah, he just didn't tell the refs early enough, so they couldn't identify it.
Yep. Okay, Zeus going to be diving forward here. OnFleek is in there, but Owner is going to join him. Good heroic charge just to be defensive here as Dudu, taking a lot of damage, and the boulder toss is going to come through. Carrier gets the dive down, and it's a double kill for Zeus. He gets his revenge and then some.
So quickly from so far away. Look at this.
Well, Arrow is going to connect there from downtown from Gumayusi. Beat Drop comes forward as well. They are buying their time as Carrier has to flash to get out of the Emperor's Divide. Vista finds the stun though as Carrier finds himself in a world of hurt. Tries to ult his way out. He'll get refunded a bit of that cooldown, but yeah, that was a bit of a whoopsie and well played there by Hanwha.
Yeah, really nice attempt here from T1 with the arrow engaged there, follow-up route, but Hunter Life Esports were 100% ready for it, turned it around very well.
As we're going to check this replay once again.
So Pyke over here on the other side looking for the grab. And it's Carrier who's pulled in first, as in live we have a trade, so I'm getting scared to break this one down.
Yeah. So yeah, this is now Zeus in a bit of trouble trying to dodge the Bone Skewer, but he's not going to be able to do it. The ulti's going to miss, and Dudu almost dies, but still. It doesn't miss, it actually just doesn't do quite enough damage. But they're still able to get the kill onto Zeus. Definitely high value here as we even out the kills yet again on Hanwha's side.
Yep.
Owner moving on over. There's the teleport from Zeus. Can they burst down this Rift Herald is the question as he engages there onto Owner. He moves towards the Rift Herald, but he's not going to quite be able to find it on Fleek. Flashing forward, it's a massive knock from Zeus, though it's Johnny. He's got red and white guns. He's so massive. Double kill to come through now, you'd assume, as Johnny's going to tidy it up.
That was a really nice turn from Hunter Life Esports, and Dudu with the big ultimate, he steals it away from Faker, waits for the opportunity, they isolate one target, and when the rest of T1 collapse in, boom, 3-man charm coming through from the Sylas, and that's when the follow-up comes through, as Sylas is on a win streak right now.
Let's just remind everyone at this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm like, interesting timing on this one, but
And Johnny's just going to move back underneath this turret. Vista is in the mist, as that is a pretty decent Moonlight Vigil. Gets a phenomenal stun as the Encore is going to come through as well, but Dudu's still just so big. Carrier on the front line will be able to take down the Aphelios as Zeus just trying to play defense, but he's thrown back into the team. It's a big wallop, but it ain't going to be enough. Death from below comes through from Vista, and Hanwha will now push and take down this turret.
Got 2 kills for 1 here, so much extra damage. Looking for more.
Yeah, they're looking for Faker here, who flashes out of the way of the Bone Skewer. And Hanwha will back away.
That's a turret, though, going into their pockets. So much extra gold as well. The Aphelios goes down, but is now 2-1-3 this game, so picking up a lot of extra money.
Lying in wait. Okay, Owner and Carrier. CC crew on fleek, going to phase check it, as he's not going to take too much damage. Slowed down by the beat drop there, as the Bone Skewer just used to get them away from the Poppy, who moves towards this Raptor camp.
Zeus has Narvar here, and this should be T1 getting control over the Drake pit. Now, it's not spawned yet, so the timing of this, not great for T1, unfortunately, and they're not grouped up with enough advanced notice or vision control on that Baron pit to actually secure it. So we'll just back away. So not a huge win here.
Well, let's see whether they can actually do so, as the Dragon has been started up. Dudu is relatively low, as the arrow is going to connect, and now the Encore comes in but finds no targets. And T1 thinking about backing away. They don't want to give away another one of these, but the Moonlight Vigil is going to go wide. It might spell go time for T1 as they do boop away one of the members. Owner is out of there as Carrier immediately holds forward, but will be taken down, and that is the Encore we wanted to see. The Emperor's Divide will rip through T1, and Hanwha have decisively taken this team fight. It's a double kill for the Silas. Owner, it's just a matter of time before he goes down as well, and that will be the ace for Hanwha Life.
Very likely us going to a game 3 here, Atlas. T1 now so significantly far behind in gold. The Baron is going to go over to Hanwha Life Esports. All that standing gold and turrets here on the map is going to go to them.
Yeah, Faker teleported in. Owner is now respawned. Zeus.
Encore's just coming up.
Yeah, Arrow is going to connect as well, as somehow it's Carrier that picks up the Baron. What the hell was that? The long-range Encore as well to also punish the Poppy. Oh, you should not be able to get away with that one, T1.
No, he smites early because he's scared he's going to get blown up, I guess, and then he almost was, and then it's just a Q that steals it away.
As T1 just making sure they can get to any entryway that they can find. Zeus' Narbar in pretty perfect position for the beginning of this fight, and you can see that ward behind the pit is just fantastic.
Stopwatch early, they're trying to buy time. Hanwha are. I like this from T1 that allows them to leapfrog forward.
Zeus' stopwatch was very interesting, maybe expecting an engagement that didn't come through, as Karis is going to get stunned up. Moonlight Vigil will connect as Dudu's going to get engaged on. If he dies, this fight could just be over, but he's surviving. He's able to get the chains down as well as he flashes out Heartbreaker to get him back in the fight one more time. Kingslayer as well, but Zeus is going to be able to shut him down. Still, the fight is getting won by Hanwha Life, and Johnny's untouched if Dudu's holding all that aggro.
That's going to be the Soul Point. Now into Soul here for Hanwha Life Esports. They had Soul Point before this, and 4,000 damage goes over the Aphelios, but I'm just watching the Silas once again shape a team fight as Faker will find Karis here.
Yeah, well, Karis will find Faker as the Emperor's Divide will push him towards the inner turret, and Faker is, yeah, he's real dead, guys.
Yeah, bad news.
Yeah. They're just going to delay his back just a little bit there as he does move towards the turret, and yeah, it will be Karis that picks up the kill in the end.
So Ocean Soul now into this comp.
Yeah.
You have to play around your Seraphine ult with no vision. You just have such a struggle.
Well, Dumushi going to have his ult stolen as the arrow is just going to fly towards the enemy nexus. Yes, that's exactly where you want to go, as I think he was using that as an arrow for the rest of his teammates. As in goes Karis, but flashes out immediately. He's like, nope, I don't want this one. He's going to go golden. Moonlight Vigil will connect. A lot of damage there, as now you can see Zeus looking for it, but he's not going to find it. And now Owner's turned into an Azir. It's a big ult from OnFleek for the disengage, but T1 have bought yet more time. What if we just destroy your Nexus instead?
They're going to have to be decisive here, Hanwha. There's no canceling this one. You have to go all in on this, push this inhibitor down, and look for the ensuing fight.
Well, Vista's going to get spotted. Stun not going to connect. The inhibitor will go down. And
Red and
now,
white.
Yeah, look at this. Red and white guns just tearing this turret apart as Carrier desperately trying to make this work. Faker gets a massive encore, but they're just focusing the Nexus. They just want to take it down, and they will. Hanwha Life take game 2.
What a great game from Hanwha.
Really beautiful stuff. Dudu on the Silas, I think, is a 13 out of 13 on the POG. 100% gets a solo kill against Zeus to start this game off.
And Trundle usually stronger on the losing end of the bottom 2v2 because then you can set up really nice ganks. But on blue side, Trundle pick can be quite strong too. But they'll go with the Xin Zhao versus the Jinx we kind of knew was coming here once the Aphelios was banned. And the one that I thought was stronger considering there is a lot of pick potential with this Ahri. Ahri Jinx Viego, which is one that we've seen a lot in the past.
Hanwha fans not extraordinarily loud as we load up game number 3, but T1 fans generally outweigh any other fan.
Really is outside his lane. That he hasn't found the same amount of success with.
Well, OnFleek is going to take too much damage here. Yeah, that's a lot. So now he's going to have to start off his blue buff with a bit of help from the Tahm Kench.
Yeah, I think if there's one more auto there onto him, then Faker Flash kills him.
Yeah.
And, like, actually that is...
would be necessary as. All right, are we back there again? That's all right, bit of a battle here. Karis rotating up. This is different to what happened in the past.
Yep.
Azona's going to rotate around. Faker in great position here.
And remember, Zayas has prio topside too.
Here's the re-engage. Karis is in trouble. There's a phosphorus bomb. Charm comes out, Flash immediately to come out as well. Yeah. Meanwhile, here on the bottom side, another handshake comes in. Shawnee's going to just die.
First blood.
That's first blood once again. I've seen this before, Wolf.
Second first blood. Was like
First,
Hobbits
second blood.
Where's my second? Where's my second breakfast?
11sies.
But
Dashing forward, Charm is going to miss. T1 just wanting to get a shove here. They will be able to do so. There's a flash forward into the knockup. Valkyrie comes in as well as Ona is just dashing after Karis. He'll grab it with the W. And OnFleek is now left to deal with this wave.
Yeah, just a lot of extra burst damage here. Owner was ready for that. Flash comes through, and unfortunately, Karis, knowing that Karis is flashless, there's nothing Karis could do here as long as they flash onto it. And OnFleek, I don't know if you want to taxi onto that one. Yeah. Has flash now back available, so he staved off the pressure here. So this game was mostly about this bottom 2v2 still. Let's see how this one goes this time.
Oh, the flash tongue lash not going to land, but the kick is. And now Chani in melee range with Gumayushi's going to try and get him, but he's not going to be able to. The flash and the pierce for the extra distance. Yes, he uses all of his skills and his summoner spells, but yeah, that was a 1v3 that I think he probably should have died in.
Yep, no, 100%. And now Hanwha Life Esports coming up with another air ball here in the bottom gank from OnFleek. As he flash kicks for this. So it's summoners traded. It's not like, you know, this is a disaster for Gumayusi. He's actually going to get one back himself. And, well, you know, the game state is not as bad for Hanwha Life Esports here, but we've kind of come to a similar conclusion. His owner is once again...
Yeah, well, this is real rough as he's going to get interrupted halfway through the safeguard, and that's going to mean he's not very safe, Wolf. Dudu as well might be in trouble also as he, oh my god, the Wind Becomes Lightning's going to be there. Audacious Charge not quite off cooldown.
Yeah, just a second or two away, and still Dudu survives here, but at the cost of losing his jungler again, who's 2 levels down.
Yeah,
this is 6
jungle domination right here.
So I mean, the truth of the matter is that if we go back to our previous iteration of this game,
yeah,
the lead that Owner had was not really about that smite, actually, in any way. It gave him an extra edge, but at the end of the day, he had the invade set up there with the prio top side with the lead he had previously, and so...
Is with Rachel McAdams or not?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you think so? Sure. I think that might be a nice one. I think at the end of that movie, I don't want to give away anything, but you know, I think it's good. As Dudu's dead.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when we replay Purgatory sometimes, but we had to show the sick plays where Gumayusi just gets over the wall there after Chompers and Abyssal are all a little bit disjointed there with the flash kick set up.
That's dangerous because he's a corky.
Yeah, is 6 to 8, and he's knocked up mid-dash there. That's that.
Yeah, it is. It's all too easy.
As this is the one we missed.
Yeah, so...
It's just a jungle versus top lane 1v1 as he flashes for this.
Oh my god.
Like, Dudu's not been having a great time, but also Owner's been having a fantastic one. And
well, this time it might be the man advantage for Hanwha Life that will get him out of here as he's pushed back towards Chani. Okay, there's the ulti, and they single out the Jinx. She gets devoured, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Ona somehow still alive here as well as OnFleek gets knocked up. How the heck did he live for so long? Karras is going to have his charm flashed by Faker. That looked real sexy, but he is going to be able to flash away himself.
Okay, so Crescent Guard, by the way, just to add one layer of craziness, Crescent Guard was at like 3 seconds cooldown right before this, and as he goes down to like 2% health, he gets it. If you're a Hanwha fan, probably just keep it that way. Okay, as I say this, he does pick up his Kraken Slayer, but the lead is real.
It is. Dudu's going to find a Nah into Zeus, who's not as immune as he wants to be, and they pick up that kill as the turret falls down on the bottom side. Nicely done there.
So
Amalife's top side still been pretty good. Keria avoids the tongue lash. Vista hasn't found too many of those as Karras is fighting against Faker. Lands a very nice charm, but the Valkyrie is still going to be there. As there's the flash mini stun into the wall, and OnFleek is going to punish Faker for his overextension.
Yeah, that was a very greedy move there from Faker. As if that charm doesn't hit, he probably gets away, but he Valkyried into Karras to try to get that extra damage there, so didn't, of course, package Valkyried in, so didn't have his Valkyrie, of course, available. It's like actually suddenly one of the like TCL Turkish players appears and like Honey is actually trapped in Turkey. I'm like, oh my god, where are we?
It's like BRTT just appears in the game somehow. As we've got a Baron that started as Dudu goes down to half health as he teleports in. Super Mega Death Rocket. It's going to be the steal for OnFleek. He gets redemption. Immediately he's going to die. Is now Hanwha alive. They'll back away and say thanks for the purple buff.
Yep. Well, I mean, T1, they backed away. They got some pride. They grouped up, but did not have enough to secure what became a flip here of the Baron. Do this Baron, as Faker is just going to go for it.
Yeah, just going to give OnFleek his package. Vista gets a ward in, and OnFleek may just die as there's the Flame Trompers. Charm connects as well, as Ona's going to dive on over. There's the hostile takeover as GA was completed. This was all just part of the plan as Faker Valkyries to get himself away. Vista gets into the Baron pit, but that's not part of the fight that we want to be looking at. As OnFleek's going to go down, and Zeus, he has his scissors out. He's running in the hallway, and he's destroying people as Dudu he was in the bottom lane.
Dudu was just trying to reach 88 miles per hour, man. He's trying to go to another reality. He's trying to go back to 20 minutes prior. No. He's trying to go back to before that
What number
spike.
was on the dashboard, Wolf? I don't even know.
Oh, I think he was around 80, man. He had his Gnar bar at least. He was going to be going back in time with a full bar and some extra items they don't have back there at 7 minutes in.
Oh, they hadn't invented them yet. 7 minutes in, I don't think. Okay, this inhibitor is going to go down. T1 with absolutely everything. And turrets, and he like guaranteed Barons and Drakes and all sorts of things here as Vista's going to dive forward. They managed to get the snare down, but the Fate's Call comes on in. The tower is going to be taken down, and now Gumayusi is looking to take the Lee Sin. He gets devoured, gets a huge shield, but you can see, look at how many sticks are in the members of Hanwha. He pulls them out. Oh my god, the damage. As Johnny, he's going to go down. It's Faker that's cleaning up as Gumayusi is hopping on through, and this game is done and dusted. It took an extraordinarily long time, but T1 will close out the series 2-1. Not excited about the whole situation. Gumayusi was definitely putting on, his best morale-boosting efforts there as well. So good camaraderie to see, but disappointing, I could imagine, if you're a Hanwha Life esports fan.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Dear for the POG interview, joined by Gumayusi.
정말 오랜 경기가 돼 버렸기 때문에 뭐 구마유시 선수도 조금 지칠 수 있고 또 팬 여러분도 지칠 수 있지만 팬 여러분 함성 소리 들었어 그만큼 기쁜 감독
That was a match full of pauses. It must have been a really exhausting match. Let's hear how you feel about the win today. I'm really happy to have received solo POG today. Yeah, it sounds like you are more happy about the solo POG than the win itself.
천천히 저희 한번 해보도록 할게요. 첫 번째 세트 때는 원딜이 5벤이 나왔습니다. 근데 그 가운데서 상대는 루나를
So for game 1, we saw 5 marksmen down. And even though the opponent left Lucian and Nami open, which is a high win-win comp, you went with Ezreal Karma. How did you predict bot lane to go for in terms of drafting? We prepared Ezreal Karma since we predicted that we can win against the Lucian Nami comp, and I think it went pretty well. So with our game today being the first game with the 12.12b patch, do you think the patch has impacted the bot lane? I don't think it has impacted that much.
그럼 세나 이야기를 한 김에 구마유 씨의 명언 타임 저희가 한번 복기를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 지난 경기에서 이제 세나
Let's talk about Senna.
후 인터뷰에서
In your last match playing Senna, you said in order for someone to shine, there's always someone in the back letting the person shine even brighter. I feel like in game 1, you were definitely the one under the spotlight today. So did you pick Ezreal to be that person today?
빛이 나는 사람이 있을 곳 그곳이 원딜이니까요.
그래서 오늘 이즈리얼과 또
The person who should be shining is AD carry, so yes.
뱀픽에서 본인의 어필이 좀 있었을까요?
그냥 저희 팀이 뱀픽을 짤 때 약간 못하는 챔피언은 없다고 생각을 해가지고
Whenever we
모든 챔피언
draft,
연습해놓고 뱀픽도 짜는
we definitely think that all the players are capable of all the champions that are available, and we're pretty confident in going into this match.
오너 선수 좀 많이 쌓였을 것 같은데 뭐 여기 대해서 구마유 선수 한마디 해줄 거 있나요?
메타가 온다면은
네.
나올 것 같아요.
So I feel like Owner hasn't been getting a lot of POGs lately. Do you have anything to say to him? I feel like depending on the meta, he'll have his time to shine as well.
선수와의 대결이 스프링 때는 있었지만 이번 서머 때는 또 어땠는지 좀 궁금합니다.
So how was your match against Chunny
그냥
this
새로운
split?
상대를 만나는 건 재밌는 것 같고.
I feel like it's always fun to go up against a new player.
It
was quite fun and enjoyable today.
특히 이제 바론하면 T1, T1하면 바론일 정도로 바론에서 과감한 판단력이 돋보이는데 1세트 때
So when it comes to T1, I feel like Baron play is a really key is a key point.
마무리를 하는 장면이 있었거든요. 그거 어떻게 먹었는지 그때 상황 파악이 잘 됐었나요?
그냥 레드로 먹은 거를 나중에 확인했는데
네.
In game 1,
킬 로그가 이즈리얼이라 떠가지고
네.
내가 왜 먹었지 이런 생각을 했던 것 같아요.
there was a smite fight, and it looks like you were the one who ended up stealing the Baron.
대부분 좋은 결과로 돌아가는 T1 특유의 바론 트라이 이게 좀 어떤 것들이 경험이 쌓여야 나올 수 있는 판단일까요?
What sort of things do you consider when it comes to playing and fighting a Baron?
하는 능력이 좋아가지고 좋은 장면 나오고.
I feel like we're really good at executing our plans when it comes to Baron plays, so I think it also worked out today.
있을 정도로 좀 경기가 어지러운 그런 상황이었는데 아무래도 멘탈을 잘
So we had a crazy game today with the Chrono Break at game 3.
선수의 칼리스타는 사실 오늘 경기 전까지 LCK에서 2승 4패였는데 오늘 이렇게 또 좋은 모습을 보여줬었던 이유가 있을까요?
저는 칼리스타 잘하고요.
Despite all the pauses, do you think there's a reason you did so well today?
기록은 있는지 몰랐습니다.
I didn't know that I actually had that 2-win, 4-loss record against them, but I think we're always capable of doing what we do best, and I'm pretty confident going onwards.
힘드셨을 것 같습니다. 고생 많으셨고 인터뷰 짧게 마무리하는 게 좋을 것 같은데요. 1라운드 마지막 경기 승리 축하드리면서 앞으로 2라운드 각오 그리고 DRX전 각오도 좀 함께 부탁드리겠습니다.
Let's hear what you have to say against DRX, which is going to be your next match.
가고 되게 여러 가지 사고가 있어가지고 긴 하루가 됐는데.
Today was definitely a long day due to it going full series.
선수들이나 해설진 분들도 되게 고생하셨고 그리고 끝까지 경기
I'd like to say hard work, guys, to everyone, all the staff here,
다음 DRX전도
and the coaching staff and the players.
2라운드도 승리로 달려보도록 하겠습니다.
We'll prepare very well for our match against DRX, and hopefully we'll get our first win for round 2.